Hi, thanks for watching. Back out here again for a change. I thought you might like to hear the wind of change blowing through. Lots of changes on the cards this week, lots of changes in the stars this week as well. But it's the cards I'm looking at right now. We've got new moon. Let me see, we've got moon in Aries. We have just had Uranus enter Taurus, which will go on for the next 7 years. And blimey, it's all happening because it's Mercury retrograde as well. So I had a shuffle, and before I shuffled anything, I was drawn to a deck. And the deck today is the Mantegna Tarot. It's a great old card deck from, I think it's 15th century, one of the earliest forms of tarot. And it goes back to a time when, I suppose, noble men and women had their own ones made up, when people actually believed that astrology and anything to do with tarot, anything to do with divination, really, was important to their business. A time, in short, when people cared about kind of God and the divine and what else there might be apart from science making the world work, because science was a very different kettle of fish then, wasn't it? So here is the Mantegna card for the day. Take a look at that. Essentially, this is the Justice card. Justitia, and it's number 37. There are 50 cards in this deck and it's number 37. Now then, this woman she looks determined to win. She looks a bit like Libra with the scales there, and I'm sure that's actually all part of the Libran influence getting into this here card deck. But look, there's a bird as well. And that actually reminds me of the Fool's Journey a bit, where the little dog is snapping at the Fool's heel as he walks away to kind of remind the fool of, the potential dangers ahead. And it looks to me a lot like that's what this bird is doing right down here. But look how determined she is, and she's got the sword as well as the scales. She's going to make things right. She's going to make things happen. And that really is the attitude to take when astrology or anything else is throwing loads and loads of harassments at us, because life has never been meant to be easy. I wish I knew why that was. I guess we'll find out when our time comes and we go to the afterlife, and that's one of the first things I'm going to ask. But nobody really knows. The fact is, God, angels, everything to do with the divine is always wanting to help. But I once read in a book, it was channeled writings, channeled from a spirit guide called Red Cloud, who came to this world around the time of the First World War to try and prevent it. And he'd been talking to the angels or whatever, because he actually was in the spirit realm himself already. Talked to them, and the angels said, well, they tried to persuade them not to have the war, but they wouldn't listen. And, that's actually very close to the reality of what actually happened, because it is on record that World War I was almost cancelled at the last minute. People didn't really want to go ahead with it, but the Hague family had a lot of money in it, and the government had kind of backed them up, and nobody wanted to get caught out. So there we go, millions of people were sent off to their death. No justice there, is there? But, ultimately there always will be justice, because there always will be karma for those who perpetrate these things. And really, that's the only consolation when we've been done down. But I don't want to dwell too much on that, because it's too easy to look at the negatives, particularly during Mercury retrograde. In fact, I don't really want to talk about that. But everything is a bit, up and down, topsy-turvy because of that, and it's not going to be easy to get the degree of clarity. I would definitely say about this lady that she is not to be messed with. Yeah, and this is it. All the little details that come into our plans can mess with us, and we really should have the attitude of not letting that happen. And that's about just thinking directly in a straight line to what needs to actually happen, to what needs to actually get done, and to encapsulate that in the idea of today is a good thing. What do I need to do today? What could I put off till tomorrow? Should I put it off till tomorrow? Could I do it now and then? Whatever. It's planning, it's mindfulness, really, and that is the main thing of any spiritual practice at all, is mindfulness and having the mind on it. Because if there'd been mindfulness with the politicians around the time of World War I, they would have actually listened to the sense, because even if they weren't spiritualists, even if they had no idea that they were being spoken to by angels, that they were being guided by spirit guides, they would have just seen the natural, obvious truth, and all those lives would have been saved. So, absolute crazy world we live in. It hasn't changed that much since then. Absolute natural world I always try to live in, but We're surrounded by the concrete jungle. It's never too far away, is it? But keep on looking up, really. That's always the answer. I say it a lot because it's pretty much always the answer to any problem that life throws at us. Keep looking up for the answers. The answers are to kind of raise the bar, to go higher, to deal with it, rather than avoid the thing. But this week, I don't know, Mercury retrograde. So hard to call with Mercury retrograde. Just don't worry about it. That's the main thing. You know, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Whether you worry about it or not isn't really going to affect whether it happens or not. And the chances are things are going to be good. Because generally speaking, that's what the planet is always trying to give us. Stay focused on that and hopefully you'll get it. Hey, have a good day, folks. Bye.